Imagine a child, 9 years old, soft-spoken, gentle, a little shy. Now imagine she disappears, and not a single person notices for months. No frantic 911 call. No neighborhood search. Not even a missing poster. Just silence. And when the world finally realizes she's gone, it's already far, far too late. This is the story of Melodee Buzzard, a story of a little girl who slipped through every crack our systems claimed would protect her, and the adults who failed her again and again. Today, we ask the question no parent ever wants to hear. Where is Melodee? Before we go deeper into this haunting case, if you believe every child deserves to be seen, heard, and protected, hit that like button, subscribe to Revenge Radio, and stay with me till the end. Because this story, this one will stay with you. Melodee Buzzard was born into instability. Her father, Rubiel Meza, died in a motorcycle accident before she could even form memories of him. 6 months old, too young to understand loss, but just old enough for life to carve its first scar. After Rubiel's death, the family says something inside Ashley, Melodee's mother, began to unravel. The grief wasn't just emotional. It dug into her, consumed her, and over the next years, it would twist into something darker, heavier, more dangerous. Relatives would later describe Ashley as fragile, mentally unstable, in and out of hospitals, fighting battles no one could see but everyone could feel. But here's the part that hurts the most. No matter how unstable life became, Melodee stayed with her mother. Even when relatives begged to see her. Even when they asked to visit. Even when they asked for custody. The answer was always the same. No. Aunts, grandparents, cousins, all shut out. 4 years. Imagine being a child whose world shrinks smaller and smaller. Until it's just you. And a parent drowning in their own storm. That was Melodee's life. The house they lived in, on Mars Avenue in Vandenberg Village, should have been warm, safe, protected. But when investigators finally walked inside, they found rotten food decomposing in the fridge, rooms in complete disarray, the kind of environment that tells a story without speaking. No one here was okay. Investigators saw it. Relatives had suspected it. But systems meant to catch these warning signs missed them every single time. Melodee wasn't in regular school. She was enrolled in an independent study program, the kind where kids do online assignments, meet teachers once in a while, and depend heavily on parents to supervise learning. For a child in a stable home, this can be great. But for a child like Melodee, it was camouflage. Her absences didn't raise alarms immediately. Assignments could be overdue for weeks before anyone noticed. There were fewer eyes on her, fewer adults checking in, fewer people asking, "Where is Melodee? Is she safe?" And when the California Department of Education checked their records, there was no homeschooling affidavit filed by Ashley. A legal requirement. Another system. Another failure. It was October 2025 when school district staff realized something was wrong. Melodee and Ashley hadn't shown up to pick up assignments. No calls. No replies. No contact. So the district tried calling. Again. And again. Still nothing. Finally, someone did what no one else had done. They called authorities. One phone call. A single moment of concern. And the world discovered that a 9-year-old girl had been missing for months. Detectives quickly locked onto one crucial window. October 7th to October 10th. On October 7th, CCTV cameras at a car rental agency captured something unsettling. Ashley and Melodee, both wearing hooded sweatshirts. But Melodee's hood was pulled up, and underneath it, a wig. A wig too straight, too dark, too adult for a little girl. Investigators believe the wig may have been used to change her appearance, to hide her. And this wasn't random, because Ashley herself often wore wigs. That day, Ashley rented a white Chevy Malibu. 3 days later, she returned it. But here's the part that chills investigators to this day. Melodee wasn't in the car, not on camera, not in the passenger seat, not anywhere. Ashley had driven from California to Nebraska and back, a trip of nearly 1,500 miles one way. No child with her. So the question became, where was Melodee during those 3 days? And where is she now? When detectives went to the home, Ashley couldn't give a straight answer about Melodee's whereabouts. Not a story, not a timeline, not an explanation a mother should have ready on instinct. By October 15th, a search warrant was executed. Melodee wasn't there. Ashley refused to cooperate. 3 days later, the FBI entered the case. That's when the world realized. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This wasn't miscommunication. This wasn't a runaway child. This was something else. Something darker. Something no 9-year-old should ever be caught in. Melodee's relatives weren't shocked that something was wrong. They had begged for years to see her. Begged for updates. Begged for access. They were denied every time. One aunt said, "She hasn't let us see Melodee for a few years, but we never stopped loving her, or praying for her." Another admitted that they feared exactly this moment, that Ashley's mental health could lead to something devastating. And Melodee's grandmother said something heartbreaking. Ashley should be in a hospital, not dragged around, not rattled by reporters. She needs help, but instead everything just got worse. You can feel the pain in their voices. Not anger, not blame, just regret. Regret that they couldn't get to Melodee in time. This is the part of the story that hits hardest. There is no villain to defeat here. Only a system that failed, and a little girl who paid the price. The revenge in this story is not about a person, or a confrontation, or a dramatic showdown. It's about truth. It's about exposing every point where someone should have protected her, and didn't. A mental health system that saw signs, but couldn't intervene. An educational program not built for vulnerable children. A legal system that didn't question when one struggling parent isolated a child for years. Family courts that didn't push for visits, or check-ins, or wellness checks. Neighbors who didn't ask why they hadn't seen a 9-year-old girl in months. A world that let Melodee disappear long before she physically vanished. This series on Revenge Radio aims to give children like Melodee the one thing the system didn't: a voice. As of today, Melodee is still missing, and the truth is, someone, somewhere, knows exactly what happened during those 3 critical days in October. The FBI, the sheriff's office, the school district, and her family are still searching, and until answers come, we keep asking the same question: where is Melodee? And why did no one protect her when she needed it most? If this story hit you the way it hit me, please hit the like button, share this video, and tell me in the comments, do you think the system failed Melodee, or was this tragedy unstoppable? Subscribe to Revenge Radio for more stories we refuse to let the world forget. And wherever you are tonight, hold your loved ones a little closer, because somewhere out there, a little girl still needs to be found.